1 month later, the Americans won a major victory at the Battle of Plattsburgh, saving New York from a possible British invasion. The British were soundly defeated. In September of 1814, Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner, inspired by the raising of the flag after 25 hours of British bombardment of Baltimore, with the American citizens never surrendering. At the end of 1814, both American and British diplomats agreed to the terms of the Treaty of Ghent, officially ending the war, on paper. Ironically, the reason the war began, impressment of the American soldiers, was not once mentioned in the treaty. In January of 1815, Andrew Jackson and his army defeated the British at the Battle of New Orleans. This was a huge win for the Americans, even though the war was technically over, but they just had to have the final word. Finally, in February of 1815, the Treaty of Ghent was ratified and President Madison declared the war over. Although the American Revolution was a true declaration of America's newfound independence, the War of 1812 was, in a way, a revolution for American patriotism and the American economy. Even though the initial objectives that began the war, such as the issue of impressment, were not resolved or addressed in the Treaty of Ghent, Therefore, the War of 1812 was a war of necessity. Ultimately, along with inspiring the American people and giving them an anthem to voice their patriotism, the war decreased America's foreign trade, which allowed them to decrease their reliance on goods from abroad and rely more on themselves, boosting the American economy.
Created using Powtoon.